Well, good evening, everyone. This is Debbie Wetzler, and David is on a bus coming home from New York, where he did several presentations over the weekend. He's going to pop on, but he probably won't be able to speak, so he'll be listening. So this is our team phone call where we all get together once a week. We go over things, we ask questions, we learn things, we have recognition. We all move together as a team. We get to meet each other via Zoom, and we welcome new members to our team. And that way we get to meet new people and hear about them and where they live and why they looked at ASEA and maybe get a testimonial. And we also get to introduce ourselves to them so that they know that they're part of something much bigger than maybe what they thought, or just who introduced it to them. We start off every week by just describing what this phone call is for. And again, it can be used as a mastermind. And this week we're going to be wishing Happy Thanksgiving to everyone, since it's a holiday for everybody except the Canadian people here. They've already had theirs. Theirs was in October. The Pilgrims left early from there. It was too cold. And if they're listening, they're laughing, right? So anyway, I'm Debbie Wetzler, live in Maryland. I'm a triple diamond in the company. David Silverman also lives in Maryland, and he is an ambassador diamond. He lives about 20 minutes away. We do a lot of things together, since my team includes all of his team, so you're all part of my team, which is great. And I don't have too many announcements. We're going to be talking about the events coming up in our area and different areas. But I'm going to start real quick with recognition. I'd like to share my screen. We still have people working. And as Tammy says, usually December is one of our big months still. I never have enrollments really go down too much and or volume go down. People want to give this as a gift for the holidays a lot of times. And there's no better gift. There's so many people have too many things in their house already. So what could be better than giving them ASEA and making sure that they know what it is? And so the Gates, I know, signed up on December 23rd, 2 days before Christmas at 9 p.m. on a Sunday evening. So people are still wanting to find things, and people are still looking for things. So please don't forget, as you're going to all your holiday parties and things, to at least create interest. You don't go into a presentation or anything. You get to know people and or you get to reconnect with people. And then, if they're asking you what you're doing now, you can at least mention, that you are working with a cell regenerative health technology that's 10 to 15 years ahead of its time, and you haven't seen a health issue yet that this hasn't helped. And then just let it go. And if they want to talk about it, set up a one-on-one with them later, and let's go grab some coffee and I'll tell you more about it. This party isn't the best place to talk about it. And just let them have a little bit of curiosity. Don't mention ASEA so they can go Google it. Don't necessarily mention redox. Just tell them it's a cellular health regenerative technology. So I'd like to congratulate many people tonight, some for rank advancements, and some for getting on the leaderboard of the Ascent, which I wanted to talk to you about tonight. So our new Director 300s are Audie DePaul, Janine Walker, and Bruno Fernandez. Our new Director 700s are Roxanne Seven, who's on our Zoom call with us, Christine Gaymard, I'm sorry, it's a Chinese name, I don't know how to pronounce it, Pamela Silgestrom, and Joe Jasper. And then we have a lot of people on the leaderboard, and people can still get invited. That's no problem. Get to bronze once and have at least 500 points worth of enrollment volume. And then you're invited. Dr. Carolyn and Paul Hoffman are 5th place earners so far, which is great. 6th place earners, Danielle Matthews, Gabrielle Katsev, Tekla Brodek, Robin and Brian McCulley, Rhoda McChristie, Anita Malagrana, Charles Osung, Buffy Donahue, Lynn Matthews, Pearl Bowen, Dorothy and Bill Dabney, Sarah Sturm, Dave and Cindy Chronister, Elizabeth Gustafson, Peter Radu, Dr. Ed and Marilyn De Los Reyes, and Kenyaran Rat, and I don't know how to pronounce his last name, sorry. So we're very, very proud and happy to have all of you doing great things out there. And congratulations.
Ebi, you forget the silver in Belgium, the first silver in Belgium.
It wasn't my rank advancement. When did she go silver?
Last week.
Last week?
Yeah.
All right, I'll go find her. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. She's not here.
Show up on my rank advancements.
She's not here, but I just thought.
That's good. All right, I'll re-put it out. I'll have to find her name. Well, congratulations. That's silver. That's fabulous. I'm going to go now to any new people, because we like to introduce new people kind of right in the first. And then I'm going to ask if anybody has so you can be thinking about it, an exceptional or not an exceptional, just a good testimonial to talk about. So does anybody have anybody new on this week?
Debbie, can you hear me? It's Sarah.
Yes, Sarah, I can hear you.
Hi. So I am helping out Carolyn and Paul are on a plane, but one of their newest team members is on, Risa Lynch. I don't know if she was prepared to say hi to everybody or not, but if you can unmute and say hi, let everybody know a little bit about you.
There we go. I'll unmute me.
There we are. Okay.
Hi, it's great to be here. It's awesome to be on a team where there's lots of people that show up.
It is fun.
That is awesome. And I'm excited to get my product. So I haven't gotten my product yet. I just tried the gel like briefly, and it was pretty amazing.
Yes, on some pain or discomfort?
Yeah, I had like some big crazy muscle knot thing going on.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, I was amazed. It got rid of it quite quickly. Because the week before I'd had some major muscle stuff and I had to take Epsom salt bath. It took days to go away. And this was like within minutes and hours. So yeah, I can't wait to get it. Can't wait to get my product.
That's so exciting.
So, yeah,
still
exciting.
Amazes me to this day when things happen that quickly. So that did you take a look at it? Because you look pretty healthy. For your health or just for something else?
Basically, because I'm into anything healthy.
Okay.
And yeah, we do a lot of keeping up with our health. So that's, I guess, what really interested me.
Okay.
And I just have a lot of people I know it could help, along with us too, myself too, because my husband has some like muscle issues, even though he's like super healthy, or so
Right.
so for that reason, and just because I have a lot of people I know it could help.
Okay.
So, and also for the business aspect of it.
Yes. Yeah.
So both.
And where are you in Virginia?
Virginia, yes, in Charlottesville.
In Charlottesville. Okay. So you're close by.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I've got to make a trip down there. I know at some point.
Well, I will see you in December 8th. You're in Maryland, right? So
Yes, absolutely. Are you coming? Great.
Mhm.
You're coming to that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Wonderful. Well, I look forward to meeting you in person.
Me too. Thank you.
All right. Absolutely. Okay. Somebody else? Yes, Fred.
I've got David on the call here. David is from
Okay.
Virginia. He just joined today.
Oh, he just joined today. Oh, congratulations. And he's on a call? He's on a phone number?
I don't know. He's on video here.
Oh, he's on video. Okay. Oh, is that the David I saw when I first came on? David Saw?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, let me unmute him. David, good evening.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Okay, good.
You just joined today.
Yeah,
Well, welcome to the team.
yeah, thank you. Yeah.
So if Dr. Fred was introducing you to this, and why did it interest you?
Well, I recently had a blood work done, and I found out that my PSA was high,
Okay.
I didn't want to go through a biopsy. I belonged to Kaiser, so they wanted to do a biopsy. I didn't want anybody to cut me up, so
Good
I
idea.
decided to try ASEA and see how that would work. And then the more I found out about the product and Renew 28, the more interested I was. And I've been using ASEA for about 3 weeks now. And I'm a regular hiker. And I noticed that, we're very competitive hikers on Tuesday. And I noticed an improvement in my endurance and my speed in hiking. And so I thought, this is, pretty amazing stuff. So I was started out as I forget what you call it, where you're not an associate, but below associate level.
Well, you're a preferred customer, probably.
Preferred customer, yes. Then I decided, well, this is something that I could offer to other people that I know.
Absolutely.
And also, I have my mother-in-law lives with me, and I think she could benefit from the Renew 28 because she's not mobile, very mobile, and she has a lot of pains and so forth. So I think the Renew 28 might be a benefit to her,
Absolutely.
as well as the ASEA.
Sure.
So
Yes. And with your own website, you can introduce it to others. That's great.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you can put ASEA anywhere. So, and the closer that you get it to an area that's being affected, the faster it works. So if you've got eye problems, you can put it in your eye. If you've got ear problems, you can put it in your ear. You can put it anywhere. So, we look forward to hearing that your PSA has come down and that you're healthy again. Perfect.
Yeah, I'll have another blood test maybe in a couple months and so forth to see how it goes from there.
Okay, perfect. All right, we'll look forward to hearing from you.
Okay.
Welcome to the team.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else have somebody new? I know you guys have been signing up, people. All right. Well, if somebody pops on a little bit later or something, please let me know. So did anyone think about a testimonial that they've had recently? We just heard one from David that he had more endurance hiking and he noticed some improvement and stuff. Anyone else?
I do.
Okay. Hi, Richard.
Hi, Debbie. How you doing? Last week at work, I was using a drill and not really watching my hand where it should be, and laid open my finger.
Oh.
I don't know if it needed stitches or not, but of course, the first thing I did was grab my Renew 28, a napkin, and some electrical tape, wrapped it up, and put it on about 5 or 6 times before I left work. Kept putting it on, stopped the bleeding pretty good, and then I got home, used bandages, no more electrical tape.
Good.
Bandages, and I just kept putting a Renew on it. And by Friday, when I took the bandage off, it was all sealed over, closed up. I figured I was going to need stitches. When I first saw it, I thought maybe stitches. But I mean, it was all sealed up. I still keep a bandage on it at work a little bit,
Sure.
just to protect it because it's pretty fresh. But I couldn't believe that it had sealed completely up. I mean, it laid wide open, big flap of skin onto my finger.
Ugh, yeah.
Anyways, I didn't take any pictures of it because I didn't want anybody at work knowing I got cut at work. But anyways, and then I had a mole, I guess in August on my forehand. And I did take pictures of it. My wife said, "You need to go see a doctor about that. That looks like cancer." We can't say that word, but anyways, and I don't know what it was, but it was pretty big. And it was a little longer for it, but I kept putting it on it every day. And middle of September, it was gone completely, and you could barely see like a little red spot. But so whether it was a wart or whatever it was, I have no idea. She was concerned. She said, "You need to go see a doctor," and I'm like, "Well, no, I need to put some SE on it." But anyway, so
No,
both
you're
of
a
those.
man. Men don't go see doctors.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll do anything to not go see the doctor.
Exactly. I know.
But anyhow, those are two things that and I'm all in. I'm sold. I know what it does and is and can do, and so
That is fantastic.
yes.
How long have you been in, Richard?
March 22nd. My wife, I told her first of the year, but she keeps telling me it's March 22nd. So that's when our order came in.
Okay.
So, and of course, Sarah, she's probably laughing at this. She's been trying to get us to use it for how many years now? 5 years. So
Yeah,
we've
have I
got
talked to you
Antica.
before? I think I have.
Yes, you have. We've got Antica Sia here in the house, but anyways, we've been on for since March, and I feel 20 years younger. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind. I mean,
You look pretty young anyway, but okay.
well, yeah, I started. I changed jobs. I started sleeping more at night. I get up 2 or 3 days a week. I go to the Y and work out. So I did a whole lot of things all at once, but I know the ASEA helps with recovery and working out and everything else. And again, like these two things, it's just obvious. So,
Perfect.
but I feel 20 years younger. No doubt in my mind.
That is great.
Yes.
And
my
your wife like that too.
Yeah.
I was also going to say, Debbie, that right before actually we started in March, because I'm a hairdresser using shoulders all the time, they
Oh
were
yeah.
compromised over time. And then started lifting some weights trying to baby the shoulder, but did something, of course, wrong. Reached into a drawer the next day at work and ripped something. I never went to the doctor.
Oh gosh.
It was so bad I had to work with my shoulder pinned, my elbow pinned to my side. I'm cutting hair, like this.
Oh my gosh. I don't know how you did that.
Well, it was not fun. I was definitely prayed, because I do believe in prayers and healing of Father God and everything, which I do believe this is actually a godsend from him too.
Why? But
It's taken time, of course, to heal. I finally did go to a doctor months later just to make sure of things in my shoulder. But the pain, not sleeping on it for, I would say, probably 6 weeks or so, finally passed. Continued taking 4 to 8 ounces. But I would say September was probably nothing. There was no pain going down to my hand,
wow.
on my right shoulder with no pain, full range of motion, gaining my strength back. So with no physical therapy and
No doctor.
Yeah, that's amazing.
so it's
The
wonderful.
shoulders usually take forever if they ever heal.
Correct.
Were you using Renew? You weren't using Renew. That was just drinking
And
it.
technically, I wasn't using Renew as much.
Really?
I was drinking it. Yes.
You were just drinking it. Okay.
Right.
Correct.
Yes.
Did you didn't have a chance to use the Renew too much, or why didn't you use
It's just kind of, it's just thinking to use it more, I guess. Is
Okay.
takes me a little while.
Okay.
So yeah, but if I have pain now, I use it, but I don't have any pain in my shoulder anymore.
Perfect.
Yeah. So
That is great. Well, congratulations to both
thank
of you.
you.
You get lots of stories. All right. Well, congratulations. And when I come down to Charlottesville, I expect to meet you in person.
Sounds good.
And I don't want to exclude anyone. Did anyone else have anything they wanted to share? Okay. Oops. All right. Well, what I wanted to talk about is the Ascent is underway, the Ascent qualifications. You need to be a bronze with at least 500 enrollment points, so that you get 2 points and 500 enrollment points to be invited to Cancun next spring in June to go to the Ascent and be with the leaders of the company, basically. And the Diamonds pay their own way, but you can get it. part of it paid for or all of it paid for, depending on how many points you get. It is, of course, easier for platinums and golds to get more points to get paid, but you get double points if you go to that level, and things can happen. And I never say never. There are people who can get there very quickly if they put their mind to it. But I wanted to go over a few things, competencies, as you first join, since we have some new people and people who haven't gotten necessarily to bronze yet and stuff on the call tonight. So I'm going to share my screen one more time. And I had done this as a PowerPoint on one of my training calls. I do training calls on Tuesday nights, but I'll make those announcements in just a second. And so here's what our rank advancement looks like. You start at the bottom, and we always compare it to mountains. That's why it's called the Ascent and Base Camp and Diamond Summit and things like that. They compare it to getting to the top and looking at the view from the top. So you start as an associate when you first sign up. You become a director when you sign up 2 people, one on your left side, one on your right side. And I'm going to go into these. Director 300 is 300 points on both sides, 700 points on both sides. And then you get to the executive levels: bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, ambassador diamond, presidential diamond. So those are our peak performance programs, and that's what people are looking at. I'm just going to go over the first few tonight because this is for new people and people who haven't gotten to bronze who might want to qualify for the Ascent. And I'll show you some pictures of where we're going in a minute. So as an associate, when you first sign up, there's a checklist that you should probably look at and take notes on and kind of accomplish. Because if you're looking at this to make money and looking at this as a job, then it's like going to anywhere. It's like going to Google and being trained at Google, or it's being like going to AT&T and being trained at AT&T. You need to learn some of the skills and some of the things of how to do this if you want to be successful. And so I always tell people to go to amazingmolecules.com and do the basic training. It's amazingmoleculestraining.com, sorry. That's where I start off all of my new associates. When I'm in a meeting with them, learn your tools and your resources. And again, a good way to do that is, as David and I go over a lot of things on this team phone call also. So keep plugged in so that you keep hearing information. There's new events that are always coming up. There's webinars, there's phone calls, there's all kinds of things that come up. Then everybody has free access to the ABC Business Coach. That's your virtual assistant. She can be there to tell you what to say on phone calls, and you can put a person in. So say I was going to prospect Risa Lynch. It's on our phone call tonight. I would put in maybe that she was a really good friend of mine, so she's a hot market. She's not a cold market. And I know that she's more interested in athletics than she is in other things. And just different questions that she asked you. And then she pulls up a whole script of what to say to somebody like Risa. And you pick all that stuff out, and the dialogue will change every single time you do that. There's training links in there that they just pop up, and you just start clicking on the training. There's training in the upper left. And she will train you as how to use you. I enter all my contacts there. I just entered 5 more today. People that I've been speaking to, people that I don't want to lose their information. I put in their emails. I put in what state they live in so that I don't call them at a bad time, and their phone numbers so I can call them. Jeannie will send the email. If I send a link, she'll tell me when they've opened the email and when they've opened the link and how much of the link they've watched. Then she sends you text messages as to if somebody joined your group, or somebody went to Director 300 today, or anything like that. She sends you text. She just really keeps you up to date on your business. So you could take some time and look into that. The ABC Coach, she can really help you once, and it's very basic and very easy to use, basically. And so we do have our weekly team phone calls. Monthly, ASEA does an In Touch call, and that's usually the first Wednesday of the month at 3 o'clock Eastern. And they do it via Zoom also. And it keeps you up to date as to what the company is doing. Maybe you might get to see anybody who's gone diamond. They can sometimes be there. But Karen Riley goes over a lot of things that are happening, any promotions. She goes over the ascent and the qualifications, different things like that. So that keeps you up to date. On iWiki, the webinars that are out there, David and I do 3 webinars on Wednesday for all of our people. We start at 8 a.m. Eastern for Asia mostly. Most people aren't up at 8 to watch a webinar. Then we do one at 1 o'clock Eastern for Europe, but again, anybody is welcome. And then we do one at 9 p.m. Eastern. And this week we are going to still do them, even though it's the day before Thanksgiving. You never know who might be needing this. So we do an interactive webinar. We tell people what Redox is and explain it, and explain a little bit about the business part of it and how strong the company is. And then we answer questions for people. And on Thursday nights, Alan Noble does his Discover SIA. That's geared a little bit more towards the business, but he does a beautiful job of explaining everything. He's very eloquent. This Thursday, I'm sure he's not doing one because it is Thanksgiving. And I'll be announcing the meetings and stuff later. You should be calling your sponsor if you're doing this full-time or even part-time almost every day, because you're going to have questions. You're going to have to keep up with things, at least for the first few weeks, because this is when you're learning. I remember calling Cindy almost every day. Have down your daily method of operation. If you go to work, of course you put that in first, and then on another job. And then you're going to put down that you're going to come home and maybe you're going to do phone calls from 5 to 5:30, whatever it is for you. And then you can get up and feel guilt-free and go about fixing dinner or whatever else you have to do. But have down what you're going to do daily and make a list of the people you want to call the day before. So you're ready to go and what you want to do. Reach out to your upline until you've reached your upline leader. And make sure that if you're doing the business that you are introduced to, well, on the phone call, it could be David, and then me, and then the Bucks, and the Gates, and Denny, and Trish. They need to, and Alan Noble. And you need to know all of those people, and they need to know who you are. So make sure you're being introduced to them by a phone call if you're really interested in this business. And or you can also reach out yourself. We usually send the Winfrastructure document to everybody, and it has all of your contact upline in it. Learn the requirements for being a director in a Director 300. Attend your local weekly, monthly, and quarterly events, and become a director in your first 14 days by signing up 2 people, and you get the extra fast track bonus. So, for instance, since David just signed up today, he has not only to the end of this week, it's 2 business weeks afterwards. So his date to get in 2 people would be December 7th. So you have until December 7th, David, to get 2 people in if you'd like to earn the director bonus. So it could be your mother, I think you were talking about, and somebody else. And then you get an extra $50. So a director, like I was telling you, is you at the top, and you've signed up somebody on your left side and somebody on your right side. And they've all come in with at least 100 points. And they should be on auto ship, because you're meant to tell people that they should try this for at least 90 days. Most of your cells regenerate in a 90-day period. 50% of the people feel something in the first month. 90% of the people feel it at the end of the 3rd month. So you want to make sure that they give it a fair shot, because if you've got something bad like cancer, or you've got a disease, you've had it for a long time. Cancer doesn't show up until it's big enough for them to find it. You've had cancer for a while, if that's, and any other disease. So as a director, You should learn the requirements to earn your retail bonus, your preferred customer bonus, your fast start bonus, your director bonus, and your team commissions. And again, get connected with your success upline. You should be contacting, inviting, and presenting and following up on a daily basis. If you do it daily, you'll be so much more ahead. Even just one person, you're so much far ahead than almost anybody else. And literally, that's what I did in my 20 minutes a day. I contacted about 3 people a day. And in a year and a half, I was doing quite well in this company. I was able to quit my job. Register and attend the annual convention. You can register now. You go to ASEAEvents.com. Set your goal to be paid out consistently as a director, meaning you have somebody active on your left and your right side. Maybe get some business cards now. You can get some very inexpensive ones at Vistaprint. ASEA also sells them at the ASEA store. And make sure you're getting some samples. And you can do a fast forward to get free samples if you want. That's signing up 4 people in 2 weeks' time with 800 points. And they send you 25 free samples. So that's a good way to earn that. Otherwise, you can buy them. Be a public user of ASEA products and learn how to become your next 2 rank advancements, Director 300 and 700. And set your Director 300 advanced date. Now, if you want me to, retail bonus is when you sell it retail to somebody. And you get $30 for that. And you get 100 points to go on your lesser leg. And so you get 100 points that will go towards you being paid on it. Preferred customer bonus. If you sign up somebody as a preferred customer, like David was, the sponsor gets paid $25 every time he buys a case, and the sponsor gets 50 points to go on the lesser leg. Fast start bonus is when you sign somebody up and you make the bonus on whatever they buy. So if somebody comes in with a 4-pack, you've immediately made $80 on that. And that's good for paying off your first case of a product. Your director bonus is, as I was just explaining to David, he has till December 7th to get his director bonus. But if you sign up people within 2 full business weeks of signing up, and sometimes you have extra days if you sign up in the middle of the week, because the week always starts on Saturday morning at midnight, then you get a director bonus of $50. And team commissions, you're paid as those points start adding up on the right and left. You're paid when you get to Director 300. So you've become a director, and congratulations. Director 300, and I'm just going to go through the 700, so I'm not going to go all the way here, is when you've got, it doesn't necessarily need to be 3 people on your left and right, but 3 orders going in on your left and right. So you could have 2 people ordering a case and 2 tubes, and that gives you 150 points. So you've got 300 points on your right and your left. Now's the time to master your story. So David already told us part of his story. He told it briefly and succinctly, and that was good, that he went on a hike and he felt the difference in just drinking it for 3 weeks so far. And you heard Richard's testimonial and stories. And because you want to be able to tell your story quickly, you don't want to include a lot of details like, I think it was last Tuesday. No, maybe it was Monday. Those are not relevant to your story. The story is Richard cut his finger wide open. He put Renew and electrical tape on it. By the end of the week, by Friday, it was completely sealed over and a good way partly healed. And then you heard his wife's story. So you master your story so you can tell it within about 45 seconds without add a lot of extra details, but what your life was like before and what your life is like after ASEA, so that people can hear that. That's how you get people's interest. Here's what it said for me. You contact, invite, and present, and follow up regularly. Again, you're going to be doing that until you get to Diamond. Monitor organizational sponsoring numbers and volume. And that's pretty much just looking at your dashboard every day. And if you're doing the business, you should look at your dashboard every day and just kind of see where your business is. And you learn that way. Personally introduce each new team member to your upline. You can do that in a number of ways. You can have them talk to somebody. You can put out an email with everybody's email and just say, welcome my new team member, David. And a lot of people will come back with, hi, David. It's so great to have you on the team. My name is, and I live in Montana, and please feel free to call me. Be consistently paid out as a Director 300. So you want to make that your goal. And you'll find out how important Director 300s are to you later in your life, your ASEA life. But make that your goal to get at least 3 people in on each side each week so that you can be consistently paid as a Director 300. Partner with your local executive leaders to help and support meetings and bring guests. Learn how to become a Director 700 and a Bronze. And goal is to set your 700 advancement date. So congratulations, you're a Director 300. And lastly, that I want to go to, well, no, I'll go to Bronze. Director 700 is 700 points on your right and left. And your points keep increasing as you sign up more people. And when you get to 700, your right and your left, you're a Director 700. Again, you're contacting, inviting, you're sponsoring, you're completing weekly 3-way phone calls with your mentor. 3-way phone calls are extremely important. If you're not doing them, you will not succeed. They don't know you as a redox expert. They know you as who you are. They know Richard's wife as a hairdresser. She's not a redox expert. She needs other people to be the redox expert. Bring guests and team members to your local and national events. Develop relationships with your upline golds, platinums, and diamonds, and leverage your virtual office reports. And again, I do trainings, so I can go over these things, but I'll just say your Director 300 report, and this is all in your back office. Your website keeps track of your business for you, everything, and it's rarely wrong. Be consistently paid as a Director 700. Attend the Envision Conference, which is this January. And again, you can sign up for that at ASEA Events. If you're a brand new associate, you can sign up for 90 days. You have 90 days to pay $69 for the Envision. It's in Salt Lake City. You get to see our world headquarters. You'll get to see the production facility because there's tours being given. And there's something that changes when you go see those two things. Everybody who's come to the production facility just knows what a solid, secure business this is and how amazing the product is. Plus there'll be announcements and there'll be ethos training, which you won't want to miss. Learn how to become a bronze executive and a silver executive, because those are your next two, and set a bronze date. And congratulations, you're a Director 700. And then bronze, now you have a team going and you have people that have stepped up to say, I want to do this with you, or do this also. Bronzes typically make around $2,000 a month. You've got two Director 300 legs now. So you've got 2 people that have stepped up to be Director 300s with you. And that's the importance. That's how you get to each rank. You add a Director 300 for each rank. And you have 2,000 points thanks to your efforts and your team's efforts on your left and on your right. And now, instead of the 100 points to stay active, you're going to need 200 personal volume points to stay active. You can do that by either ordering 2 cases for yourself, or you can order your case still and have 2 preferred customers, which give you 50 points each. And that gives you 200 points also. So there's different ways to do that. Make sure you're staying on auto ship so you can get your loyalty points so you can get your free product. Because every time you order auto ship, you get extra loyalty points. And you can redeem that for free product. And if you're doing the business, you will need the free product for samples, or you might want to give somebody something or something like that. So that's what bronze is. And at bronze, you get invited to the Ascent. It gives you 2 points of qualification. And as long as you have 500 enrollment points, then you're invited. So that's to bronze, and that's what you should be learning. So I'll just stop sharing this for a second and just ask if there's any questions about anything, because I'm happy to answer anything. With each new rank, you can see you add a few new things that you can learn. So it's not all overwhelming at all. Okay, well, I'm going to show you, see, I'm going to show you one more thing. I'm going to show you some of the events that are coming up. And to do that, I'll show you where to find them also. If you go to A-Team Support, and there is a password, and the password is associate, the capital A, and you type that in. And this is Trish and Bob Schwinkler. They're in your upline. She's the #1 earner of ASEA, and she has lots of different videos that you can watch and look at to get you started also. I find this to be a little bit confusing when you're first in. I would much prefer people to go to amazingmoleculestraining.com, but eventually, when it's not so overwhelming, you can look here. But if you want to look at events, special live events, Trish always has everything listed. She's got a lot on this. This is why I don't send too many people here to begin with. So you can see all the events coming up: Albuquerque, Sioux Falls, Chicago, Virginia Beach. And when you click on them, they will show you the flyer as to exactly where they are. Tampa, Portland, Redwood City, California, San Antonio, Raleigh, Fayetteville, Dallas, Pawing, and Germantown, Maryland. Now this is the one that David and Ivani and myself will be at. Ivani's another triple diamond here. And we click on that. It should bring the flyer up. So Karen Riley is our corporate vice president of sales for North America, over Canada and the United States. I'll be there. Dr. David Silverman and Ivani Yu will all be there. It's going to be a little bit of a holiday theme, so there'll be something a little bit different this time. We'll be doing things a little bit differently, but there'll be a presentation for new people with a doctor speaking also, and we'll have trainings, and we'll have fun, and we'll have giveaways and prizes, and we'll have a top prize. And you can click on the Eventbrite link. It's $10 for associates. It's $20 at the door. We do that to make sure that people are registering so we know how many, because that's very important to tell a hotel how many people are coming. We don't know that unless you register. So that's our event coming up. But if you want to go to any of those, events and have people go, then you just make sure you call one of us, and we can get a hold of the leaders that are going to be there, and you can lost how to get there. Anyway, any of the other events I said, we can get people to greet your people. So if you've got somebody going to Dallas, or you've got somebody in Raleigh, or somebody in any of those cities, we can call the leaders there and make sure that your guests are greeted and that they are able to take care of your guests and get their questions answered. And if they want to sign up, get them back to you, basically. So take a look at these areas. These are all November 10th through December 11th. So they're in the near future. November 10th is gone. It starts November 19th. So I guess today Ed Weeds is doing his Fayetteville one. So any questions about that? Y'all are awful quiet tonight.
Debbie?
Yes.
Yeah, I had nothing to do with the event, but there was, because we're coming to the end of the year,
Sure.
there was a fabulous training with Tom Robinson, so then I can say Danny Robinson, but I forgot Tom last name, regarding tax advantages to have a home-based business. So there is two advantages, I think, to look at this video for you who have a home-based business, and in order for you to take advantage of all this business can bring to you. But also it's a great video to show people who have a W-2 form, for example, how they can get much more from the money and have the benefit to have some deduction that they will not have with a W-2 form.
Right.
So it's different between a 1099 and W. I'm not a tax expert, but I understand that much about the difference. So it's on ASEA United, and
Okay.
you can just put Tom Robinson and it should pop out. But great, I think, training for anybody who needs some inside information.
So I will go to ASEA United. I'm trying to get rid of these. Okay. So this is ASEA United. This is one of the pages that we have set up as far as a Facebook group for all of ASEA, basically. And this gives you hints, just like our trainings, just like Sylvie was talking about taxes. Some of the leaders get on here and put trainings up. This explains the system. Alyssa does that in 8 minutes, because we have other Facebook pages also. And so we're looking for Tom Robinson.
You can put it on the search.
Yeah, it's on the search bar. I thought maybe it was just right at the top.
No, it's not.
You search this group, Tom Robinson, and click on search. Is it top one? Yeah, tax tips at 9 a.m. So this is where you'd have to go, right here. And here's the training he did, I guess. So you can look up, and you can look up by things that you might want to know, like maybe how do you get into your back office or anything like that. How do you look at your Director 300 reports? Most of those kind of things are on here that are just helpful hints by some of our leaders. And then for the new people, I'd like to show you, thank you, Sylvie, very much for that. That's something that everybody should look at. You can write off quite a bit of taxes by having a home-based business. You can write out part of your home. You can write off part of anything. If you have people into your home, part of your food, toilet paper, everything. Every time you drive somewhere, if it's for ASEA, you can write that off in mileage and gas, taking people out to dinners, going on trips. Anytime you're doing a presentation or mentioning ASEA, talking about it, you can write part of that off.
Debbie, if you put tax benefit, you should see the video rather than Tom Robinson.
Well, isn't this it right here?
No. Yes,
That's it.
exactly.
Tax tips. Tax tips by CPA Tom Robinson. He has 27 years of experience. So now I'm going to put in ASEA Healthy Self, just in case some of the brand new people haven't seen it. It's almost 84,000 members on ASEA Healthy Self. And this is a great place to add people who you want to see what you do and show them the testimonials. And when they see 84,000 people, they know that this is pretty solid and real. And again, these are all testimonials about what the product's done. So obviously this one's about a dog that was limping, it looks like. This is Shannon. She's on our phone call right now. She had 2 beautiful children who were having, I'll just say it, seizures. And what happened when she put them both on ASEA. We have pictures of a dry nose and a dog, and what happened when they started spraying it with ASEA, I'm sure. Degenerative loss of child's eyesight and what's been happening. So you can virtually go in there and you can search this group too. So if you want to put in the symptoms of anything you're looking for, such as joint discomfort or something like that, or whatever it is, eyesight, and then hit search, you'll find all the different testimonials. And you virtually could, like if somebody wanted to see the eyesight one, I'm just going to put Roxanne in here because, or Sylvie, I'll put Sylvie. SYLVI, and Sylvie didn't come up.
Put the E on the end.
YLVIE. Okay.
Try the @ sign in front of it.
Okay, try the @ sign in front of it.
Debbie, just put it on the search, Sylvie. It's easier. On the search this group is what I do. I just put the name on search this group and come out.
Search this group?
Yeah. Oh, you mean to send someone? I'm
I
sorry.
was going to tag you, but it's not tagging you, so I'm trying to show people how to.
By all means.
Well, none of my people are coming up. Isn't that funny? Well, say I wanted to. That's so weird. There, Roxanne 7. See how it pops up finally? If I click on that, that adds her name and it highlights it in blue. And now when I hit send, I'd probably say, please look at this, and hit enter. It sends a notification to Roxanne, and she gets the notification. And that's what you call tagging people, to get them, and then they can just click on that, and they can go right to this testimonial about this child and his eyesight. And you can do that with new people. I can tell you that Denny's done that quite a few times with people and gotten them to sign up almost right away. So you can be sitting even in an airport and say, you know, what do you do? And I say, you want me to show you what I do? And they say, sure. And are you on Facebook? Yes. And you add them right there. You have them say, you know, have them request you for a friend. You accept it. Then you add them to that Facebook page, and they accept the request if they need to accept it. And then you can tag them on a specific that they might have been talking to you about, a specific issue that they're having with their health, or somebody they love is having with their health. And you can virtually add people right then, and they take a look at all this stuff. They see the one, but then they can scroll up and down and look at all the different health challenges that have been helped with redox molecules. And it's amazing. I've had 3 people call me back and go, okay, how do I get this product? I was skeptical at first, but when I saw that, not that many people can lie about this. And so they signed up and got the product right then. So it's a great way to just very quickly show people what this is about. So did anybody else new pop on before? Because it's at the top of the hour. And or does anybody have any questions about anything?
Debbie, can you hear me?
Yes. Hi, David.
Hey, I'm on the bus. Listen, just want to make an announcement. Jerem Webb, the president of ASEA, is going to be on our team call next Monday night.
Okay, right.
So we want, and he's going to go through some pretty amazing things. So I want everybody definitely be on the call and get their team on the call so they can meet Jerem. Okay?
Okay, absolutely.
All right. Thanks. Great job tonight.
And I'll, thanks.
Read your phone. I texted you something really important.
Okay, well, my phone died, so it's charging, so I'll go read it in a second.
Okay.
Debbie, I
Before
have a
the
quick
call, you
question.
mean? Yes.
I was wondering, where do you find the spray bottles to order extra spray bottles? Because I can't find them.
Well, that's a good question. They should be at the ASEA store, but let me see.
ASEAstore.com.
Oh,
Are they glass or plastic?
the plastic ones.
Are they plastic? Because I got some at a like a hair store. I had my, like, I know I went with my hair lady to, you know, those places where only they can buy stuff,
Okay.
and I was able to get a whole bunch.
Okay, great.
So you can go to a store. Here's the ASEA bottles if you want these.
Okay.
And they're
Those are cooler looking.
and you can get as many as you want, basically.
Okay.
But you go to a ASEA store and hit merchandise.
Okay.
Now you can also go, of course, and get. I got glass ones when I was in California at, you know, the organic markets and stuff, and they're blue, and you put the ASEA in it. I would make them blue if you can. It protects the reactive molecules in there.
Okay.
So a lot of stores and/or maybe pharmacies might have glass bottles with the spray, the little sprays.
Okay. Thank you.
Make sure you kind of keep it under 3 ounces if you want to, so you can take it on an airplane. They don't stop you.
I know.
Otherwise, you have to drink it right there.
Debbie,
Yes.
and if people want to be a little bit more fancy, the mister.
Like Sylvie.
I love those because what I don't like with the spray, if I have makeup, it's
Right.
a big drop. But
Yes.
these you can find, it's a little bit more expensive, but it's
Called vaporizers.
I'm sorry,
Those are called vaporizers.
it's called Nano Mister.
Nano misters. Okay.
Nano Mister, and you just fill it up, and it's really neat. It's a good conversation piece.
Right. It puts this film of wonderful redox all over your face and in your eyes and stuff. It's like a mist. And you can get those on Amazon, I know.
Also, you can get the blue bottles at Whole Foods, different sizes.
Whole Foods. There we go. Thank
Hey,
you,
Deb.
Sarah. Yes, David.
I'm sorry, I was on the bus. I put in 2 YouTube links in the chat bar. One is about, it handles the Amazon question that comes up. Everybody, if they haven't seen it, it's good to just save that link and use it. And
Okay.
also one directed for doctors that I had posted in Facebook a while ago. Okay.
Okay. All right, I'm showing them right now. So people can see them in your chat bar. If people go to Amazon, a lot of times they will find ASEA. We've hired somebody a long time ago who's gone in and done a very good job about making sure that we can't stop people who might decide they don't want to take the product anymore and they want to get rid of their extra. So you'll find occasionally Amazon, you'll find ASEA on Amazon. And we always, I mean, I don't know why people would buy anything like reactive or drugs or anything else on Amazon, but I always tell people, yes, you'll find it there. It won't be any less expensive because he's done a very good job. And if it's a distributor who's doing it continuously, they'll be terminated. So you don't want to do that. That's not a great way to make money. But ASEA has bought back a lot of that product just to see. A lot of it's been expired. A lot of it's been tampered with. So you can never be guaranteed what you're getting from Amazon because they're being sold by private people. So make sure you're telling them, get it from an FDA registered facility, which ours is, and GFC registered. You know, it's been looked at by many regulatory agencies and certified. And that's where you want to get your reactive molecules from, and it's sealed and it comes to you directly from the door. So make sure you tell people that ahead of time. Sometimes they'll go and they'll go, well, I can get this on Amazon. You're like, well, you don't get any 30-day money-back guarantee. You don't get any loyalty points. You're not going to have anybody taking care of you or answering questions for you. So go for it. And then David has posted his 2 links. One that talks about how to talk to doctors about this. But David has a YouTube channel. We both do. And you could go subscribe to that and look at a lot of his YouTubes there if you want to. Okay. I'm going to say good night and happy Thanksgiving. And I hope everybody doesn't eat too much and fall into oblivion. But enjoy the time with your friends, family, whoever you're going to be with. Have fun shopping on Black Friday. And we will see you again next Monday with Jerem Webb, the president of ASEA. So thank you very much, everyone.
Good night and happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks, Debbie.
Yeah, I'll unmute
Thank
everybody.
you.
Thank you. Good night. Happy Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Debbie and David, and happy Thanksgiving and healthy to everybody. And safe.
Gobble, gobble.
No, it's not. Can I use
Gobble,
it?
gobble.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Good night.
Happy Thanksgiving. Yes. Oh,